Welcome to the BAM Sports Show.
All right, so here we go.
Maybe I'm the weird one.
It's 2022. We don't judge. You do.
No, I don't.
A fan of the show had a shout out for you.
You should just shut your mouth. You're coming off as stupid.
Welcome to a brand new sports show experience coming through your wavelengths. Let's get ready to have some fun. So sit back, crack open a drink, and let's talk some sports.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to the BAM Sports Show. I'm your host, Blake. What in the fuck are you doing?
Bless you.
It is September 23rd, and we have a full house tonight. If you can see us on YouTube or Twitch, I apologize. We got a whole lot going on
apologies.
Tonight.
No apologies.
I am joined, as always, tonight with my dude, Ryan.
Yeah.
Southside Sox Rob has rejoined us this evening.
Yo, what's up?
That dude down in Jacksonville, Rick Horn. What up, my guy?
What is going on, fellas?
And shirtless pepperoni nipple Dan. What up, my dude?
Hey, everyone. Welcome to my OnlyFans.
Only Dan's.
Oh.
Only Dan's.
Yeah.
Those of you that are with us tonight, you can clearly see that Dan is shirtless on the show. So, Rick, why don't you go ahead and,
Yeah.
listen, why is Dan shirtless?
No.
So Dan here is shirtless, for those of you that don't know. So Blake, Danny, and I are in a fantasy football league together. Like I'd mentioned in previous episodes, I met Blake here through the Battlehawks fan page, and Danny here I met while I was living up in Washington State. Yeah, I know, it's opposite.
Yeah.
So we're all in a fantasy football.
Get me, Rick? Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
Anyway, we're all in a fantasy
Stop
football
touching
league
tips
together.
in the first 5 minutes, boys.
Yeah.
Just the tip. We're all in a fantasy football league together, and we have, because we have everybody kind of scattered all throughout the country, we have what we call the game of the week. We try to do a lot of stuff to make our fantasy football league fun. I make these ridiculous highlight videos on another YouTube channel. It's pretty hilarious. We all have our own team logos and names. And Danny here, team owner of the Constipated Leather Daddies, lost his week 1 game of the week bet against Blake here, team owner of the Chicago Spirit Fingers. So the whole thing with the game of the week. So
didn't lose week 2, did I, Rick?
No, you didn't. So the whole thing with the game of the week is that basically the two people who are competing in the game of the week make a non-monetary bet with one another. Just something silly, something kind of fun and lighthearted. And typically we only share that punishment, like a video of it, on our league's Facebook page, just to kind of keep it, within the league. But Danny here decided that he would man up and do his punishment tonight. And his punishment is going to be to wax his chest hair into the shape of the Batman logo. So it should be a lot of fun.
I think you broke up a little there. He said wax my chest hair in the Batman logo.
Yeah, wax his chest hair into the shape of the Batman logo.
Right. And while we're get the show going, I'm going to be doing prepping that in the background. So if everyone's wondering what's going on, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get these wax pads all hot and.
So what was the score that how they lost? How much did you lose by?
Wasn't 150 something?
Blake,
it was a It
was a schoolyard ass whooping. I'll look up the scores right now. But Blake, that particular week was the highest scoring.
I just see him smiling the whole time. So it's you see that quarter and he's just smiling.
I'm thankful because I lost last year to fucking Rick.
Yeah. So final score in the week 1 game of the week was Chicago Spirit Fingers 151.5 to Constipated Leather Daddies 103.82.
Yeah, 103.
So would Blake had to do the same thing if he lost?
No. So if Blake would have lost, he would have had to wax his chest hair into the shape of a heart.
Wait, in the shape of a what?
A heart.
Excellent.
There you go.
You got to really press that sucker in there.
Oh, man.
Dude, it's so fucking the Batman symbol. It's tough to do. And I had these little tabs right there, so I could, split. I don't know if you can see, like, split down the middle. I don't know if it's going to be a pain in the ass. I wanted to get it right the first time. And I told everyone I would agree to actually give like wax, like a couple, like 3, like actual big, strips if this didn't work out, because some of this is pretty chintzy. Trying to get these little pieces all together, trace it all out, and so I'm starting with a big piece.
Still
man.
pretty good though.
Well, we'll let you go ahead.
When you're done, you should definitely put this as your Facebook profile picture.
Or your Tinder profile.
It's gonna be my Tinder profile, yeah.
Oh,
Ladies, I am
man.
single. If you're in the date,
Oh man.
Another little plug for the fantasy football league here. # total fallacy and more.
Jeez. Well, we will let you go ahead and work on that, Dan. We'll kind of start talking about
go ahead and
last
get
night's
started.
game.
I'm here.
We had
I'll chime in.
Steelers Browns. Some fantasy football implications at the end, fantasy football implications and gambling implications at the end of that. Mr. Rick Horde being on the generous side or the benefiting side of one of them.
Yeah, with the Browns defense scoring a touchdown on literally the last play of the game that just looked like an absolute shit show, but it ended up getting me, I think it was like 13.8 points because of that touchdown. So
yeah.
Starting the week off good in my week 3 matchup as the St. Louis Lot Lizards against the Chicago Spirit Fingers there.
You can see like the thought process going through his head every time he goes to try to point to me.
Dude,
Every time he's like, "Is it?"
It looks like Rick's on this side,
Nope,
but it's
it's
like
that way.
Rick's
But what's weird because like Rick, you're on my right and I'm putting over my right shoulder.
Right. Anyway,
Camera.
so the
Anyways.
Browns defense scoring that touchdown on the last play of the game was pretty hilarious.
We're
So
like
is
the Brady
Trubisky
bunch.
time over in Pittsburgh?
I'm gonna say no.
No.
Yeah,
I think there's no way. I look at their schedule. Yeah, they've got the 10 days off before they play the Jets, right? But then after that, you play. I think it's like what, Tampa Bay,
Bills,
Buffalo, Miami,
Bucks, Miami, Philly,
Philly.
Saints.
But
Bengals.
we always recognize him as a placeholder, right? I mean, he wasn't ever supposed to be the answer. So
But for the season, not for.
I
not
just
for the
don't
couple
think
games.
I mean,
you
would you
throw
call
Pickett into the Wolves?
Would you call 8 and 9 a success though?
No.
No,
mean, were you
not
For a
for Mike
expecting
placeholder?
that- Were you
Like a
expecting
Not
wide
for
them to
Mike
do
Tomlin,
something
who's
though?
never had a losing
No,
season.
I'm not. Tomlin?
So
Has never had a
If-
losing season, so no, 8-9 would not be acceptable.
if I may, I'm going to interject here for a second. For Trubisky's part, he actually, I mean, the game started out pretty slow for both the Browns and the Steelers, but Trubisky, for his part, actually looked pretty okay
Guys,
in
hold
that
on.
game.
We have breaking news right
Pujols?
now.
Just did it.
700.
Oh, did it.
Oh, let's
Oh,
go.
shit.
700.
Let's go.
That's 2 tonight.
Yep. He
Albert
had
Pujols.
699
Let's go, baby.
Wow.
and 700.
Let's go.
Congratulations, Rick. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Fuck the Cardinals. Congratulations.
Fuck the Cardinals. I thought it would be hilarious if Pujols ended his career with 699. But it is history, and I love baseball history.
And as a Cardinal too. How fucking cool is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I'm really glad.
Now fucking
I'm really glad
retire
of that.
and get out.
Anyway, so before I was so rudely interrupted, although for a very good reason.
I was gonna, dude is your team.
Yeah, I know, which is why I said for a very good reason. Excuse me. What I was going to say is, Trubisky actually looked pretty okay for his part. Like I said, both teams started the game out pretty slow, but kind of after that first couple of drives from both teams, Trubisky actually looked pretty good, and I like kind of the pace of play that the Steelers were calling, because they were doing pretty damn good there for a little bit, but towards the end of the game. I'm not going to be able to do this and take this seriously.
No, you're doing good. You keep going.
Just keep going.
but no, Trubisky, he had moments of looking pretty okay last night. Is all I was really trying to
I
get
was
at.
actually really surprised by Brissett.
Yeah.
I
no,
think he's
he was
actually
on
looking.
fire.
Yeah.
He's looking solid.
But
him
I
and
agree
him
with
and Mari
Mitch hasn't
Cooper.
looked bad. And how about that catch?
Oh yeah, that
man.
George Pickens
All right. So the discourse on the internet's Pickens versus Odell.
Yeah.
Well, Odell had the better catch.
Did you see the Pickens catch?
Yeah, no, it was great. It was really good. But go rewatch
Odell's was for a touchdown, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't, even if it wasn't for a touchdown. I mean, fucking broke his back. Whew,
but so did Pickens.
Pickens looked like he was in the Matrix.
While we're talking about Pickens, let's go back to Pickens. Let me tell you about I wanted the Bears to draft him, and so much people, Blake, gave me so much shit about the Bears stay away from Pickens. Am I right? And he's fucking tearing it up. Yeah,
what did Ryan say on Tuesday? When I said that Tua threw for 6 TDs, everyone has a good game. George Pickens has had, yes, that was a fantastic catch, but cool your jets, homeboy. He had 2 catches all game.
Well,
I don't necessarily put that on Pickens though. Yeah. Like they really haven't. They've kind of obviously paid more attention to Deontay Johnson is the alpha there. But I don't think that's necessarily an indictment on George Pickens' part so much as it is, just credit to Deontay Johnson and maybe shit on Trubisky a little bit.
I mean, but Chase Claypool, I thought he was a top 3 wide receiver, man. The fuck?
He still will be.
No, he won't.
Top 3 what on the
hard
team?
With Trubisky.
Yeah.
Top 3 on the team, maybe.
Yeah.
I still don't think they picked the right guy with Kenny Pickett. I wasn't very big on him, coming out of the draft. But I don't think this is Trubisky's exit time yet.
No, I don't.
I think he can do the rest of his career as like a Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
I mean, just if you like Case Keenum and guys like that, I mean, that's a solid career actually going from place to place, being a placeholder quarterback, and I wouldn't call that a failure. I mean, maybe on the draft, so some of these guys that went like number 1, number 2 overall,
but
like Trubisky.
Like Trubisky, who went 2 overall.
Right. So failure on the guys who drafted him, but just as a career guy, I mean, or NFL player, I think, dude, that's a solid place to be. You got to heat these up. That's what's going on.
I'm heated up.
Austin Blyven, thank you for the nipple comment.
It was a bad game. And in retrospect, compared to the last 2 Thursdays, it made it even worse, I think. Yeah. We had. So before we get into week 3 and that kind of stuff, let's look at some college games. Rob, first time we've had you on since your Irish have started rough.
Yeah.
I assume that you were just on strike. I guess you were kind of on strike. You weren't coming on the show until the Irish won a football game. It took 45 minutes. So.
What's crazy is like ever since I missed the show, fucking Tennessee's 0-2. The White Sox fucking laid an egg. Their season's done. Notre Dame was 0-2. They finally got a win. Barely. It's like
Tennessee,
damn.
The Titans got their asses like killed.
So let's talk about the Titans. I'll tell you this, and I honestly will tell you this. That was the first time I actually turned the Titans game off mid-game in 9 years.
Damn.
Okay, disclaimer though, he was playing that new badass NFL VR game.
Go get it. If you got an Oculus, go get that damn game. It's worth every $30 you can spend. It's so amazing. So whoever has Oculus, get the fucking game.
I noticed our viewer count just real quick. Hold on. I noticed our viewer count just jumped up, guys. So if you're just joining us and are wondering why Danny is shirtless,
hey, don't worry about it. Don't no. You don't have to tell him. He's just that's what he does.
I lost a bet.
He's just shirtless. That's
he
shirtless
lost a fantasy
Dan.
Football bet.
Yeah. I'm creating an alter ego for him. That's shirtless Dan.
Shirtless Dan.
So they haven't even had the pleasure of seeing Leather Dan yet.
Yeah. Well, they saw one of the episodes. I had them. I still got it out here somewhere.
Fair enough.
But
every time I look up and I see Danny doing his thing, I think of the movie Clerks when the guy's like,
I just realized I get doubles of all these. I'm almost thinking about doing 2, but I don't
Ooh,
know.
you should do a mirrored, like an upside down Batman logo on your belly.
I don't know. I got a little freaked out when I actually started applying to it because it's like, oh, it's not going to be like a Band-Aid. It's like, it's on there.
Catman.
Catman
says,
says,
"Ouch." No, you got to stay tuned to the end.
I don't know if you can see how like matted down that. It's just like, oh no.
You gotta like really press. Don't be like Tom though. Like really press that sucker in.
I've been doing it. You see me like rubbing?
Oh
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, anyways, so
Anyway,
Rob's,
sorry, go ahead.
we can talk college ball while Dan, goes ahead and it's my mom. Don't get any ideas.
Oh, okay. Don't get excited.
Weirdo.
All right. I was like, oh, hey, Catman, what's going on?
He said,
any
Hi, Catman, what's going on?
any
You like
game
Batman?
tomorrow you think that might be an upset?
I do like the Gators over Tennessee. I think the Gators bounce back. I think
Chomp.
that could be one. I think that's probably the only game I would think that would be close. I mean, maybe Wake Forest gives Clemson a run. It's at Wake. That can be another game, but really, I haven't seen anything. I can see Iowa State beating Baylor.
Yeah.
But I think that those are the only 3 games I think that stood out to me this week.
No Texas Tech over Texas.
See Texas.
That's a good one.
I can see Texas Tech beating Texas.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm excited. This is not an upset, so to speak, but I'm pretty excited about my Florida State Seminoles. I have absolute full faith and confidence that we'll be 4-0 after this week.
Hey,
Going against Boston College.
now. They're finally ranked.
what's
I
up.
think that's something. Yeah, beat Michigan State.
Illinois
That's
It
won.
was a butt whooping.
Yeah, I was like, oh hey, UW.
Dude, I just
Well,
want to
that's
talk about
either
that for just a second. That week 3 game against Louisville with the Florida State Seminoles Louisville game. That was a crazy rally by the Noles.
Yes.
Losing Jordan Travis to what looked like a pretty nasty injury. It looks like he's going to be coming back. But this kid, I think his name is Rudemaker, something like that.
Yeah.
Our backup quarterback. He looked pretty rough to start, but man, like, did they rally and come back? That was a great win for the Noles. So very excited. I have zero worries about Boston College. I think that's probably going to be a bloodbath. The stadium there is sold out. My wife was actually just texting me earlier because she like really wanted to go to the game, but obviously I'm out of town on a work trip right now. So, but yeah, they have, I think like 80,000 seats in that stadium.
Wow.
Completely. Yeah. Sold out.
That's crazy.
So I'm excited to go to a game there again whenever I get back home.
Be right back.
Did you
I got
see
some
that
wipes.
Texas A&M had 100? It's like 100 and almost like 107,000 people in their stadium last week.
I believe it though.
Jesus.
Texas
That's
does not play with football.
insane. That is
I went to a
insane.
game. I went to a professional NFL game with 78,000 people, and that was the loudest thing I've ever been a part of. I could
Yeah.
not imagine adding, 30,000 people to that.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you, man. I mean, like having grown up in Texas, I remember when we first moved down there, the town that I grew up in, Sherman, Texas, they have this big rivalry game between them and the neighboring town, like 15 miles north, Denison. It's this huge, like the oldest rivalry in the state of Texas. It spans back like over 100 years. They have this game called the Battle of the Axe. And there's actually like this axe with like all the scores from like every game that they've ever played, like etched into it and everything. I remember whenever we first
How
went
they
out
fit
there,
100 years of scores on an axe?
well, they put multiple like axes like on that one stick of wood, is what I'm saying.
Okay. I was like, you can do a
But-
tiny notch.
Tiny
anyway.
little ones.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They had to get
before I
smaller,
was
smaller, running out of
so
room.
rudely interrupted. So I remember like the first time that we had, that I went there and, like they were having the Battle of the Axe, in my hometown, Sherman. And they were like, oh, you want to make sure and get out there early. So I'm thinking like, okay, I had my mom drop me off at Yeah, even my brother says even high school football teams in Texas pack them like crazy. But anyway, so they told us to get out there early. I'm thinking like get out there maybe 45 minutes to an hour early. No. Highway 75, like going all the way back to Dallas, was completely like bumper to bumper traffic. They had like a fucking helicopter, like getting shots of like the stadium. And this is like a high school stadium.
A high school game.
Yeah, Texas does not play when it comes to football. They are serious. Like it's like its own religion there in Texas. It's great.
That's pretty cool.
That's crazy.
There's like a Catholic high school stadium about 2 blocks from my house. I really need to go this year. I said I'd do it last year. Also got Wittenberg here in town. It's like super tiny ass college football team. Cool little tiny stadium, but yeah.
You got some good high school football down by you, dude. I mean,
yeah,
Cincinnati football, like Cincinnati
yeah.
high school football is some good.
Yeah.
You got Elder down there. You got Coleraine down there. You got some good high schools down there, dude. You got some good.
There's at least like 4 or 5 really cool looking high school stadiums where I live in Jacksonville too.
Yeah, I just like
Florida's another good one.
Yeah, Florida's usually good. Texas,
Springfield, Illinois. We got some decent football here.
Speaking of college, this is not football, but it sounds like Cincinnati is going to get the #1 college basketball recruit in the country tomorrow.
Okay,
that's exciting for us. We'll see if that comes to fruition. Any chance that Texas A&M upsets Arkansas, Rob?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Arkansas is a good team, man.
I know they beat Cincinnati. I watched that.
Yeah, I just don't think Texas A&M's that good of a team. I mean, they haven't like played the strength of the schedule yet. Arkansas is a good team, man. I like them. Cincinnati could have beat them actually.
Yeah. I mean, we beat ourselves in that game. I'm okay. I'm pulling for Arkansas because I need Arkansas to really do
strength of a schedule, man.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
We get it.
So real quick, just going back to Springfield, Illinois, having really good football.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Illinois is not really known. Illinois is more of a basketball state, and but
you don't say.
Ken Leonard.
Chicago State.
Well, there's more to Illinois than Chicago, but Ken Leonard is the coach of Sacred Heart Griffin, which is our Catholic high school here in town. 42 seasons. He is the all-time winningest coach in Illinois High School Association football history. 404 and 83.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's
how many seasons is that?
42.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Hey, Danny,
I'm proud of my town. All right.
Were you able to make that Survivor League public?
I honestly didn't even try. I'm trying to figure out why you're trying to make it public because it's over now. So it's just so people can just.
We're gonna reset it.
We're gonna do it again.
Yeah, we're gonna reset it, make it public, and we're gonna post it for everybody since you guys don't want to play.
I didn't know we were doing that. Yeah, I'll do it again. Sure. I was just like, okay.
Well, if you want to play, then fucking pick a team that's gonna win.
Right.
Watch like every week this season, we restart the league and restart the league.
Yeah.
And restart the league. And Blake,
I'm just gonna start picking whoever.
I'm just excited to get into it now.
Dude,
so
I can drag him down.
No, baby, I'm telling you, I'm looking to go. What we got? What 18 weeks? 17 weeks?
17 weeks. Yeah.
I'm looking to go 17-0.
Yeah.
Be the champ.
Well, it's an 18-week NFL season though, because of like bye weeks and stuff.
Blake's
you're right. 18. That's right. But yeah, it gets a little easier as it goes on.
I think Blake's mom said, "Dan, rip that thing off so she can go to bed."
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Anything for Blake's mom.
Oh, we gotta let that sucker set in.
All right,
SHG won tonight, 52-0.
Jeez.
Wow.
All right, so we're gonna move into Survivor Week picks for Week 3 and go into Week 3 kind of NFL games. And then we'll go to, for fantasy questions at the end if there's any. So I know we've not submitted Survivor League picks yet. So if you have one, this was a tough week. So first game on the docket is going to be a big one. Bills, Dolphins in Miami. Who you got?
Bills.
Yeah, that should be a sweep. I got the
They,
Bills.
that defense is way too good.
Mhm.
The offense is the offense. Like
Yeah.
Tua had a really good game against the Ravens, who admittedly do have a very good defense, but this
Yeah.
is the cream of the crop.
Yeah, the Bills are looking like one of the best team I've seen in years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I'm gonna have to
that
go Bills
good
here.
offense and defense, crazy.
Yeah,
The
the
two
Bills-
teams they've faced have just been, they've been teams that should be good this year,
Yeah,
and they've just made them look like Pop Warner teams.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, the
I think
Bills,
you got to pick the Bills until they show you otherwise, right?
100%. And
Yeah.
I mean, credit to Miami. They played good. They played really, really good ball last week
They did.
against a very, very capable defense. And Lamar Jackson did his thing. Anybody that's a fantasy owner of Lamar Jackson was very, very happy.
Mhm.
But part of that as well, obviously, give credit to them for going and getting Tyreek Hill, to complement Jalen Waddle in that offense to just make it an explosive, and like I mentioned in the chat, I'm not necessarily 100% on board with Tua yet, but I'm not off of him either. I am cautiously optimistic. That said, I don't know that Tua has enough to keep up with Josh Allen, especially with that damn defense that the Bills have. That defense is a damn buzzsaw. And what's crazy, they don't they're not the type of team to wear you out with their defense and then just play conservative ball to run the clock out. They just keep shoving it down your damn throat.
Yeah, that foot is on the pedal all 60 minutes.
And we talked about Tua at the beginning of the year, kind of saying that this was kind of his make or break year. So when you're saying what we're expecting from him, I think he's already met and exceeded my expectations by a lot. That doesn't mean I don't think he's going to beat the Bills. Who knows?
Right.
But I don't see that happening. But in just terms of his, quarterback quality, I think he's starting to look like he's the guy in Miami now.
Yeah.
So whoever this M Hart is, I got the answer for you. I'm gonna go over on 15 sacks for Vaughn this year. That's just me. He's having a fucking hell of a year.
That's our buddy Miles Hart. He's also in Danny Blake and I's fantasy league. I'm gonna take the over on 15 sacks as well.
I'm taking the under because he's had one season over 15 sacks. He's at 18 and a half in 1 year, and everything else has been under. I think he's great, obviously, but I'll hammer the under on that all day.
I think it just helps him. Buffalo Bills have such a good defense that it's going to help him get the sacks.
You think so?
I
can see that.
Under. He's already on a pitch count. He said it today on Pat's show. He's on a pitch count, so I'm taking under on that all day.
I mean, he's
on a pitch count. He didn't play the second half against fucking Tennessee. He didn't have to.
Well, most of them didn't.
15 is such a high number. It sounds like a doubter when I say he's going to get lower, but it's still maybe you get 14 sacks in a year.
Right. You're right. All right,
Miles,
so let's move on. What? Go ahead.
Miles says you guys are my favorite, except for the doubters.
I totally don't want to sound like a doubter.
I'm guessing Miles is a Bills fan.
No, Miles is a Broncos fan. Hence why his
that's why he's a Von Miller guy.
Affinity for Von Miller. Yeah,
I can see it.
I do like the Broncos.
His giant half-naked poster of Russell Wilson.
Bengals Jets in New York.
Bengals.
Bengals are going to get their win. I mean, they've had a rough start, but
yeah. I don't know how the Bengals come out and flop in this one. It will be the greatest, most disappointing Super Bowl hangover of all time if they lose to the damn Jets. But no,
now,
I
that
think
being said, the Jets have looked pretty decent this year with Flacco.
Yeah,
the Jets just
Bengals
beat the Browns who beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't. I don't see. And but as bad as their, I won't say. Yeah, as disappointing as their offense has looked, their defense has still looked solid. The Bengals defense has still looked very respectable. So I think that this is the week that they get right. I'm taking the Bengals. In this one.
What's crazy for the I like the Bengals, but
is that your pick?
Who?
Is that your survivor for the pick?
Don't
forget we're calling these here. If
not,
it's fine. You don't have to. Okay, but I'm just saying.
I want to do that. Oh, sorry. I put my phone underneath my. Don't worry about this, guys. Keep going. See, this is right. Using my phone to like keep the laptop up.
The sack leader for last year, Miles, was TJ Watt with 22.5.
Yeah.
And then Robert Quinn was next with 18.5. Miles Garrett was 16.
Chicago
Nick
Bear,
Bosa with
Robert Quinn.
15.5. So you had 4 dudes over 15. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he can't do it. I would love to see him do it. I'd like to see him fucking get 30. You know, Von Miller's a dude. I like him, but
Stud.
He's definitely not a
He's
chick.
a cool dude.
he could be. I don't know.
Moving on. Raiders, Titans in Tennessee. Rob, we'll
Rob?
start with you.
Tennessee has to win this game. It's a must.
They have to win, but will they win?
But will they is the question.
So I saw today that and this is a big key fact. Hunter Renfrow is not out, and Josh Jacobs is doubtful.
Mhm.
Fuck, really?
I think that helps Tennessee a lot. So I see Tennessee
Like,
sneaking away with this win.
At home.
Plus, it's at home. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, Vrabel isn't going to let his dudes look like, oh God.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Dan's crotch
You're
shot.
good.
Jesus
You're good.
Christ.
All right, you guys know where to send the tips, right?
Just the
Don't
tips.
forget, guys, we
Just
do
the
have a
tip.
Patron. Check out the link or the Patron.
Patreon.
What is it called?
I have a
Patreon.
Patreon.
We
Blake's
do have
trying
a
to get wasted.
Patreon.
Yeah.
I know.
We can get-
We got Patron
we can
down
get
there.
Patron. We do have a Patreon.
Subscribe
link
to the
in below.
Patreon so
Don't forget
Blake
to
can
check
get
that
his
out.
Patron.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that the guy that has thrown for 547 yards this season pilots his team to a win, and that being Derek Carr and the Raiders. They don't need Hunter Renfrow. They got Devontae Adams. I think they do enough to win. The Titans just have not looked good this year.
No, they haven't.
going to Danny.
Hunter Henry, who's my pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to just play it safe as possible, which I did in the last 2 weeks, and it just kicked my ass. So probably going to lose again, but I'm picking Kansas City or the Colts.
What about
Wait.
Raiders and Titans? We're not talking about Survivor
We're not
League.
doing Survivor League.
I thought we were working our way down.
Yeah,
so
but
who's my
so like
pick?
whenever you get to your matchup, like we're gonna go through each matchup, and then whenever
All
you
right.
get your survivor,
Sorry,
like,
I'm a
that-
little distracted here.
We all are.
In Danny's
All right.
defense, he's got hot
I'm
wax
gonna
on
go.
his
I'm
chest.
gonna go Tennessee on that. I think they're probably gonna get their shit together. They're gonna give Derrick Henry the ball a lot more. I hope. But
Are you a Henry owner in fantasy?
yes, I am. How'd you know? Yeah. So I'm definitely. I think part of it is I'm rooting for Tennessee, so that makes me favor them a bit more. So I don't have any much more than that. And like I said, issues with Renfrow and issues with Josh Jacobs. Yeah. So I think it's time for Tennessee to win.
Rick?
I'm gonna go Raiders here. Derrick Henry, I'm actually pretty worried about him. He has not looked the same whatsoever since before his foot injury last year, and with no AJ Brown on the field, they can basically just kind of commit to stacking the box against a guy that I don't know what he's averaging right now, but he certainly doesn't look, the same whatsoever. He doesn't have the same burst that he had. I think he's getting like maybe 2 or 3 yards a carry. Ryan, if maybe you want to look that up for me.
Yep.
So you have issues with the one kind of focus on your offense. There's nobody really stepping up at receiver. They have Austin Hooper at tight end. Their defense doesn't scare me that much. And yeah, there's issues with Hunter Renfrow, but they still have Darren Waller. They still have Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
And I still like some of the pieces that they have on defense. Still, correct me if I'm wrong, is I don't think there's any issues with Chandler Jones right now that I'm aware of. Yeah, so I think that the Raiders have the pieces necessary to continue making Tennessee look bad.
I
Right,
go
he
Raiders.
spells his name with 2 R's. Derrick.
Yeah. I go Raiders. You're just based off that defense. I don't think Tennessee can move the ball in that defense.
Right now
Renfro
he's
may be out. Even if Josh Jacobs is out, I think it's Oakland or Las Vegas.
3.1 yards per attempt.
Yeah,
And
Robert,
just-
you know,
his yards per game are 53.5. But again, it's week 2, so that doesn't matter.
and I've got
Robert,
to say,
did you take
like,
Tennessee?
Go ahead, Rick.
yeah, I was gonna say for the Raiders part too. I'm gonna look up like their depth behind Josh Jacobs. You know, none of the names that are just world beaters are gonna pop out there, but they have some okay. I mean, they have that rookie that they drafted, Zamir White. You know, who looks like he's built to be a workhorse, and they have a pretty good pass catcher in Amir Abdullah, along with Brandon Bolden, who will show up every once in a while. So I don't think that Josh Jacobs is going to be a huge loss for them if he doesn't end up getting to play.
Yeah, Baldwin's back too. That's the big.
Yeah.
And I really do believe there's a lot of discussion in terms of fantasy football whether he's going to be, because they have White and Abdullah as their backup. But I really think that Bolden's the guy as their number 2.
So
Before we move on to another game, though, I want to ask you guys something. Talking about AJ Brown earlier, Rick, do you think that is, you see moves that teams make, Texans with Hopkins, for instance, them trading away AJ Brown? Do you think that's one of those like lowering the casket into the ground type moves that's going to sink a franchise for a long time?
I do. Yeah, I do. I mean, he's a young, explosive athlete, like one of the best receivers in the league. It's not like they, Hopkins, while he is still, obviously, he's still going through his suspension right now.
Buffalo.
Buffalo. But Hopkins, he's a little bit older, but, you could argue he's still one of the better receivers. And while it was still a terrible move on the Texans' part, if you wanted to give any type of silver lining to Houston, Hopkins was he's not old, but, he's certainly older than AJ Brown.
He's getting there.
But AJ Brown is in his prime right now.
Fuck you,
And
Austin.
You have an
fuck
absolute
you, Austin. Indeed.
you have an absolute dominant alpha wide receiver in AJ Brown. There was never really like a solid number 2 there. Robert Woods is getting old.
Corey Davis for a little bit.
Corey Davis for a little bit. Yeah,
but he's with the Jets now.
Yeah.
I just like when you break down that trade, it really was AJ Brown for Treylon Burks.
Pretty much.
And like,
and so being a Titans fan, it's like they didn't want to pay him, which it throws me off. And you know what? I want to know like what really went down, because watching Titans videos, it seemed like it was maybe a day or 2 before like that Vrabel came out and said like, no, like long as I'm the coach, he's gonna be on my team. And then draft night, you can see like you're watching draft and you can see like the Titans in the background. You can see John Robinson making this trade as it's going on, and you can see like Vrabel's face like fucking pissed.
Oh,
like,
I mean, yeah.
So,
I think if it was up to Vrabel, he would have made
like,
that trade.
So it's like, okay, well, I'm the head coach. Like I'm telling you to keep this guy. So it's like, what's really going on?
Oh yeah, there's got to be a rift there. I don't think that Vrabel is long for Tennessee now. I think he's going to start looking for his way out.
Yeah,
which is crazy, right? Because he just won an AFC coach coach of the year 2 years ago. Like
I think he's
nuts.
a fantastic coach. I love what he has done with that team. But like, why wouldn't you pay him the money? Like, who are you going to pay? You're not going to pay Tannehill.
Correct.
Malik Willis is 5 years, maybe 5 years away from getting
problem
money.
With the Titans, though, like they are capped. They are capped. Like right now, like if AJ Brown could have waited another year, I'm not saying he deserves the money. If it was me, I'd pay him. But I think the Titans fucked up so much. Like giving Tannehill this money, giving all these bad contracts, trading these bad players, and they couldn't afford them right now. So And I think AJ Brown came and said, like, listen, I want my money now. You're not going to pay me next year. Pay me
Jesus.
now, or trade me. And that's what it came down to.
I'm looking up their salary cap numbers for this year, and I did not realize that you motherfuckers paid Ryan Tannehill $118 million, 91 guaranteed.
Yeah,
Jeez.
no, it's and after this year, it's going to be nice because his money comes off the books next year.
Yeah.
All right, so we gotta move
Tannehill's
on
cap
here.
hit is 38.6. Dupree 19.2. So I can see why.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Let's move on to the next game.
So Saints
Fuckers.
Panthers in Carolina.
I
Hey,
guess
Dan
that's-
rode with you.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Any other season, I would.
I got him when you come back to the Seahawks game.
Hey, Saints. I got New Orleans.
Yeah, Saints all day.
Yeah, I got the Saints.
Mhm.
There's
Saints.
nothing really to talk about there.
Yeah.
That's one of those.
Hold on, is this the Matt Rule gets fired game?
Let's hope.
No.
You don't think if they start the season 0-4 and lose to the Saints at home, you don't think he gets fired?
I don't think he gets fired
0-4.
after
It's not this
week,
game.
though.
It's the second
No.
richest owner in football, man.
It's not this game though. This would be
No.
0-3. So he's
Yeah.
still got
Yeah.
one more game.
Oh,
to
you're
lose.
right. You're right. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
So,
All right, moving on. So
This
okay,
hold
Rick.
on. This is the one caveat that I'll say. My pick is this is not like my Survivor League pick, but for this game, I got the Saints. But the one caveat, Justice 1616 says none of the starters needed to play in the second half. Yeah, the Bills benched their starters like before the third quarter even ended. It was hilarious. Anyway, so for the Saints, Jameis Winston is playing with like 4 fractures in his back, and I want to say he has an ankle injury too.
Yeah.
Mhm. He always
So
does.
if there is any sliver of hope for the Carolina Panthers, if
Mhm.
Jameis, God forbid, aggravates those 4 fractures in his back anymore,
Taste
to
the
the
ill
point
time.
where no, it'd be Andy Dalton time.
The Red Rocket.
Brazil might come in there.
Red
Is he? I didn't
Rifle.
realize he was in there.
Not
Yeah.
the Rockets.
The red rocket.
But
Oh, what a
if
game!
there
it
is-
is.
if there is
All I'm
any-
saying, you lose to fucking Jameis
Yeah.
with 4 fucking broken cartilage like that, like you might get fired.
Mhm.
If there is-
Go ahead,
Go
Rick.
ahead.
If there is any silver lining for the Saints, it's that, or excuse me, for the Panthers, it would be, Jameis playing poor because of literally 4 fractured
Right.
discs in his back, along with the ankle injury. He ends up, God forbid, either like getting terribly injured. I don't know why they're playing him right now in the
Same.
condition that he's in. I see zero reason for them to do it.
Well, the
But-
starter from last night for the Browns, Jacoby Brissett, he's involved with a lawsuit because he broke a rib and it punctured a lung.
Mhm.
Was that Tyler Taylor had the same thing happen to him, right?
That's what I meant.
Oh, okay. I was
yeah,
like, whoa,
sorry,
it happened twice. Like,
I
holy
guess
shit,
that
this
wasn't
is-
Brissett then. It was
No, it
Taylor.
was Tyrod, yeah.
Sorry.
Bad. You know what we need?
Well,
on this
anyways-
show, Rick, is a bad info video. So like when we put out bad info, we can just like throw it on the screen real quick.
I'm a
That's-
bad info video.
No, me.
No. We need a bad info, like make a stupid 2-second video.
Oh,
that
gotcha,
says,
gotcha.
Bad info. So
Yeah.
just when Ryan
Yeah.
says something stupid
Anyway,
like that, I can hit
I
play.
never got to finish my point because you assholes keep interrupting me. So yeah, all I was basically trying to get at is the silver lining for the Panthers is if Jameis plays like shit because of the fact that his back is screwed, and he starts throwing picks or ends up getting benched or God forbid like gets really really badly injured. The Panthers don't have a terrible defense, so I don't think if Andy Dalton comes in, I mean Baker had for his part, he hasn't played well, but he has weapons. You have DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Christian McCaffrey. So I think it's a greater than 0% chance
Oh,
that
totally.
the Panthers pull off the upset in this one. But I would still pick the Saints.
So going back to what you're saying about their defense, they are the 19th ranked defense. So they're not like a bottom dweller. They're middle of the pack. So that tracks what you're
Right.
saying. So, they've only given up 300 yards passing. And, if you rank them by passing yards, like they're the third best secondary in the league.
You got to remember too, with all these games, we've had such a small sample size of everything
Yeah.
so
Yep.
far. I mean, look at how well the Browns played yesterday, and week 1 they kept it Carolina kept it really close with them.
Now, I will say this as a caveat. They have given up the 5th most rushing yards.
Okay,
So they are a team
enough.
you run against.
But like I'm saying, it's such a small sample size. I think we have a better picture what the teams are going to look like.
Mhm.
But I mean, week 2 compared to say like week 4, everything's going to be much more definite. One team could have like just an amazing defensive game this week and totally flip those stats. You know what I mean? It'll just completely like change their average. So something like I really don't think, like I said, I think the Saints are going to win, but I don't think it's just going to be like, just barely less than 0% chance for Carolina to win. I think it's more like a 1 in 4 chance.
Yeah, no, I could see Carolina winning, just like you're saying, Rick. I still think it's the Saints, but you never,
Ravens Patriots in New England.
Give me the Ravens all day, baby.
Ravens.
I mean, Lamar is looking like he's on another planet. It took a 6 fucking touchdown, performance to beat him.
Like 12 minutes left now.
Yeah, like
I'm on Ravens, and that's my lock.
I can see that. That's going to be my lock too. What about you, Rob? What do you think?
I like the Ravens.
Go ahead, Ryan. Ryan, jump on. I got us.
That's fine. All right, what's the next game?
Next game. This will be a fun one. Lions, and I can't believe we're fucking saying this. This will be a fun game. Lions and Vikings in Minnesota.
Okay, the line right now is Vikings with 6. So
Wait,
minus,
they're laying 6 or getting 6?
-6. I don't know betting. I'm not a degen.
So,
I think minus means they're a favorite.
So they're favorite.
Yes,
favorite.
they're a 6-point favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like the
Give
Lions.
me the Lions. Give me
All
the
day.
fucking Lions. Dan Campbell is going to eat all the kneecaps.
All Dalvin Cook's kneecaps.
Yeah.
I like the Vikings.
I hope. God, man, I think I'm leaning more towards Lions. They just seem like such a big wild card right now, just how they're playing. Like, because I just wasn't expecting them to be like an offensive juggernaut. Like I said, sample size is pretty small.
Tough.
Yeah, but this is
tough
like,
against the Eagles.
Like 2 games in a row of actually like really showing up. So like, oh damn, dude!
I'm impressed by it.
Goff back is they got fucking O-line.
Don't go
That's
that
actually working.
Let's not go that far.
Goff was never here to come back to.
Went to the Super Bowl. I mean, that's hard to.
Sean
So did
McVay.
Rex Grossman.
And almost Jay Cutler.
Yeah. Well,
So I'll take the Lions as well. That like Ryan, like you said, they've looked really good in both games so far. All the way up to this point, the Lions have looked really, really good. I like what they're doing. I love all of the weapons that Jared Goff has. I like both of the running backs there in Detroit. I think that
they've been a really good tandem.
Yeah, they've been a very good tandem. And I think that Aiden Hutchinson was a great draft pick. He's looked good so far on defense. And I just like what the Lions doing, or what the Lions are doing, and I'd kind of maybe gotten a little kind of jumped the gun a little bit as far as Kevin O'Connell there with the Vikings, but they looked terrible last week.
they did.
But again, it's a 1 week thing. We had talked about how we had liked the Eagles defense. But to that point, we liked how this same Lions team performed against that defense. So yeah, I'm gonna say give me the Lions.
I'm still going to go down as saying the Vikings are my NFC pick because I think that is way too good of a team. But the Lions are playing
NFC, like going to the Super Bowl or NFC North?
Yeah, I mean that was after week 1.
Did you watch the same?
That was after week 1.
Game we did.
That was after week 1. Again, that's after week 1.
Kirk Cousins does not play on primetime games.
He is a bottle.
Right.
He is a
he's-
bottle of ranch
sucks.
dressing in football pads.
It's a Sunday game. I think he comes back. They bounce back at home. I like the
Oh.
Vikings.
I'm a
Philly
Kirk Cousins believer.
Commanders. Philly versus Commanders.
Oh, this is gonna be a good game.
Washington.
Well, Blake, what'd
No,
you
it's
take?
Not.
I think it's gonna be a great game.
He took the Lions.
Oh
I did
yeah,
mine.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about
Eagles.
this game actually.
Fly,
Eagles.
Eagles, fly.
Yeah, the
And it's
No.
not
Eagles
close.
don't
I
fly
think it's
in this
Eagles
game.
Eagles by 3 touchdowns.
Nah,
I think
say-
that this will be a fun game to watch. I
Yeah,
think
that's
that-
what I'm saying. I think it's
Yeah,
gonna
if
be
you're
a
a
good
fan
game.
of offensive football.
Yeah, because as much as we like to shit on Carson Wentz
Yeah,
and
Chicago
deservedly
fans
so,
wouldn't understand.
No, we wouldn't.
as much as
I
we
can't
like
even
to,
be mad at that.
He's a Seahawks fan. Don't talk no shit.
Yeah, you know.
They've been to 2
I
Super
got nothing
Bowls.
to lose. Yeah.
We
as much
ahead,
as we
Rick.
like to, as much as we
Go
like
ahead,
to shit
Rick.
on the on Carson Wentz and deservedly so,
Mhm.
I have to say he's looked pretty okay for the Commanders so far. And they seem to work. I mean,
don't buy into it. Please
no,
don't. I've seen too many people I care about going down the Carson Wentz road. Just
anyway,
come back before you go too far.
Baby,
I know.
See, that's the thing though, is that like now he's got my attention. I want to watch now. I want to
That's
see
true.
if he's going to fail and just like, oh, this is the Wentz that we all should have known it was, or if he's actually going to continue to be this good. That's that's what makes this game exciting to me.
All right, Rick, go ahead. Sorry.
anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, so Wentz for his part has not. I mean, he's still Carson Wentz. I'm still not saying he's going to be amazing this year, but to be fair to them, like this is the best quarterback that they've had in a long time. Obviously you got to show some love to Terry McLaurin. Antonio Gibson has, kind of taken this opportunity that's fallen into his lap because of the whole Brian Robinson situation, and they've looked pretty okay. I mean, I don't know. I think it'll be fun, but I'm still taking the Eagles. I think it'll still. I like Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. They've been looking amazing so far, which I was actually pretty surprised about it. For fantasy purposes, I was pretty low on AJ Brown, but he's been pretty okay. So give me the Eagles. I know it's going to be an emotional game for Carson Wentz, and we get to see it twice this year. Him being in the same division against his old team. That should be a lot of fun. But yeah, give me the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs and the Horseshoe in Indianapolis.
Kansas City, and this is a lock right here. This
Mm-hmm.
is my game. This won't even be close.
Give me the Chiefs.
41-17.
Jesus,
Yeah,
that's a low-scoring game
Uh,
against this defense.
Wait, which game are you talking about?
Kansas City,
Chiefs.
Indianapolis.
Chiefs and Colts.
Chiefs, Indy.
Oh yeah, this is my pick. Like this is my
pick
Survivor
too.
League pick.
We're all gonna go down
Yeah.
the same ship.
yeah.
All right, who's with us? Who wants to come down?
Yeah,
Boats getting
I got
heavy.
the Chiefs.
God.
Give me the Chiefs.
Ryan and I will be going on to week 2.
No,
You know
I'm
that.
jumping off. I'm jumping off. I'm going on my own. I'm striking out in new land.
Dude, if
Oh.
I strike out 3 weeks in a row, man, I don't even know what I'm doing.
It's just it's funny at this point.
Yeah.
You had-
I mean,
you had
and I told
Shaquille
everyone.
Leonard.
Oh, sorry.
Good. You're
Well, I
good,
told
you're good.
everyone at the beginning of the Survivor League, guys, like, don't fuck around. Like, pick the team that you think is the best to start out with. And it's like, God damn it, dude.
I
It's
went
like,
with
what's going on
I went
here?
with you on week 1, and I went with Rick on week 2.
But my God,
Nothing.
like Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco looks all right with his weapons that he's got there.
Yeah, I guess so, man.
Going back real quick to you did leave one person out for the Commanders, and it's that rookie Jahan Dotson.
Oh yeah, Jahan
He's-
Dotson. Yeah,
He looks fucking awesome right now.
he does. He looks.
He's a incredible tool for that offense.
Yep.
100%. Yeah, perfect compliments, Terry McLaurin.
Do you think a defense like the Colts have been this year bad?
It's about to get much better.
Why?
Shaquille Leonard was a full participant in practice this week.
Oh.
Is he going to be able to cover?
Who's their cornerback that's been out all year? He just practiced and he's playing this week too.
Really? Oh, okay.
Pittman Jr. I still think it's the Chiefs, but I think the Colts are going to look different this week. Pittman Jr.
will
will
be back
practice
this
this
week.
week and will play.
Yeah.
And they're getting healthy. So I mean, you got to remember, yes, the Colts lost last week in Jacksonville, embarrassingly so. They had 7 starters out on both sides of the ball. So
The funny thing is like
Colts are going to get healthy.
Jacksonville has such a streak against the Colts.
Yeah.
And the last time they shut out a team at home was against the Colts.
Yeah, it's
That's one of those weird,
like
that's one of those weird, like, get the monkey off your back kind of games. You know what I mean? Like,
Colts-
there's something there.
Colts
like
better not fuck around. Otherwise, they're going to have that sunshine asshole saying, I
Hey, Rob.
own you.
I'm just waiting to talk.
I
don't want to step on anybody. Is it my turn?
Go ahead.
I just think like for like Colts fans, like, would you rather have Matt Ryan or Carson Wentz still as a quarterback? Like, do you think like they made the right move?
Yeah,
Rob,
because here's the thing.
Let me invite you back off that
that's
Carson
dicey.
Wentz ledge.
I'm not a Carson Wentz fan. I'm not.
It doesn't matter what he's doing right now. There's no way in hell any Colts fan in your fucking right mind can look me in the face and tell me that you would have kept Carson Wentz after that 4.4 QBR rating. All you had to do was win the fucking game in Jacksonville and you were in the playoffs. And he fucking broke both of his fucking ankles on one goddamn play, threw up a 4.4. I'm sorry. No. You're a fucking liar if you're a Colts fan and say, yeah, you kept him.
No,
Yeah,
like,
I wasn't agreeing with it. I was just asking.
he's-
Yeah,
I'm
they-
just-
they-
Hold on.
They
relax.
tried that
Advocate
experiment.
here. Come on, guys.
They tried that experiment last year with they tried the Carson Wentz experiment last year, and Matt Ryan, man, he's looked rough. I expected him because I still, he's not Matty Ice anymore.
he's still Matt
But-
Ryan, though.
He's still Matt Ryan. He's still a competent
What does
quarterback.
that even mean, though? It's like, yeah, it's on my birth certificate. It's Matt Ryan. He's getting kind of shitty for.
I didn't change my name.
Yeah.
I just got much worse at football.
No, but like he had a shitty year last year, and the year before wasn't that.
Well,
great. It's
hold
like,
up,
what are you
though. Hold up.
expecting?
You
don't
interrupted
think-
Dan pressing on the wax for him to respond to that.
Right.
He's making a
starting to
point,
like
though.
stick back out again, and it's like, oh shit, I gotta.
Dan's-
keep it hot.
Dan's trying out for his job at Comcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, but
Sorry.
for Matt Ryan though, he didn't look bad, like, because he was like, I don't put the failures, like, I've said multiple times before, of the Falcons in recent years on Matt Ryan. He did what they had a wet paper sack of an offensive line there in Atlanta.
I
Last
think
year-
I think he looked bad even with that O line though, and just some of the misses he was doing were just not good with Atlanta last year.
And last year,
Who
all he
did he have
had
to
was
throw to?
Kyle Pitts. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What was it,
I'll-
like over 50% of his passes went to Kyle Pitts or something like that? I
And
don't know.
Cordell
I'm too,
Patterson.
I'm too
Forget.
lazy to look it up at this
Yeah.
point.
All right. what's the next game?
Texans,
Next
Bears in Chicago.
Bear down.
Bear down, baby. Bear down.
God.
Perfect game for Justin Fields to light it up.
Bear down.
I don't know
baby.
about lighting. I don't know about
Bear
lighting it
down.
up, but so
Yeah, this time
here's
he's going to throw 11 passes instead of 9.
No, he threw 11.
Yeah.
But,
He threw
okay, so
11.
he threw 11. He only completed 8 or 9,
Seven.
whatever it was. But here's the interesting thing. So I read an article today, and they were talking about a lot of those, like the play where Justin scored the touchdown was a pass play earlier on the
Mhm.
drive. So a lot of the times where he's called to fucking do a rollout and he just fucking tucks it and run, I think that negatively affects those numbers more. I'm not saying that Luke called a good game. I beat that horse on fucking
Mhm.
Tuesday. He called an awful game. You got to pass the ball more. But I think that attribute of his game hinders those numbers more. I do think
In
the Bears
his-
bounce back and win this game this weekend, though.
In his presser today, he was talking like somebody, a reporter, and I don't remember who asked it. She brought up that play, the 4th and inches on the goal line. And she was saying that she did some research and that's actually way more successful than people would believe. And he actually went into like, we did some team research over the winter or over the off season. And like, we noticed certain defenses that were like, so it was like it should have worked, and in my opinion, it did work. But like I'm not as mad about that play.
Right.
Kind of what Blake was saying is they ran 41 plays. I think 20 of them were scripted as pass and 21 were rushes, but those passes were RPOs. And so, and then you also have to think there was the sacks and the quarterback hits and a couple so yes, they need to call a better game, but also 41 offensive snaps is kind of a crazy stat.
Yeah.
That, that's kind of on the defense because you're not allowing your offense the time, when they can chunk up 20 minutes or, not 20 minutes, but like 7-8 minutes of time on offense. And then your guys come out and they have to go 3 and out or whatever. Like, I think both sides need to play better for that. But again, Bears.
I'm gonna go with Texans. Actually,
you fucking bastard.
I know. Okay, and I'm to be honestly, like I don't have a whole lot. Honestly, it feels close to like a 50-50 pick. The one thing is, I think the Texans aren't good. I don't think they're as bad as everyone says they are. Everyone makes.
Oh, you think they're worse?
Everyone thinks they're the worst team in football. I don't think that's the case. I think they're bad, but I think they're maybe like, they might be able to get themselves out of the bottom 8. I would say maybe 8th worst. So it's not a big thing, but yeah. And the other thing, I think I'm more just rooting for Texans just because I'm rooting for Lovie Smith. I think he's been kind of tossed around really bad, especially by the Bears.
And that's kind of a storyline here too. That's Lovie Smith's first game back at Soldier Field.
Yeah,
as a coach.
I really like Lovie Smith. So honestly, I like more than just like saying which team I think is going to win. I think I'm just kind of voting with my heart. I want to see Lovie Smith win.
I love Lovie Smith.
Yeah,
I didn't love him as much as an Illinois fan. But when he grew the beard, it was very entertaining. But it was fucking crazy beard.
No.
I'm so mad he shaved it. But
did he shave it?
Yeah, he's multiple times. He's grown it out like 3 or 4 times.
I don't remember what he looks like without the beard.
Oh, really?
But, yeah. Anyway,
I don't think there's any way the Texans win.
So I'm gonna go Texans as well.
You fucking
bastard. It's kind of a
honey.
It's kind of a. I feel like the Texans are kind of a weird team because I agree kind of with what Dan said. I don't think they're as bad as a lot of people make them out to be. But they're also like kind of I feel like part of them, they're still kind of an unknown, because they had obviously that tie with the Colts in week 1. And then for their part, and I think, a lot of this you can attribute to the Broncos just not playing up to their potential. But, to the Texans' credit, they played the Broncos, I wouldn't say hard, but moderately respectable, against the defense that we tend to think of as a pretty decent defense.
Real quick, the same Broncos team that lost the Seahawks league before.
Yeah, I mean, Seahawks
just making sure.
We've already banged that drum. Like I feel like a lot of that could be chalked up to the fact like they were in a super hostile environment, emotional game. Russ, coming back to Seattle. So that said, like I think that this game will be very telling for both teams, because with Chicago, you had that damn like tsunami, in week 1,
right?
That sludge fest in week 1. And then, all of the shoddy officiating in week 2 against the Packers. And so I feel like this is going to be a very, very telling game for both teams. I think that, in a lot of ways, they kind of stack up relatively close to one another. I think obviously the Bears have a much, much better ground game, at least right now. Similar receiving situation. And, obviously I like the career arc of Justin Fields better than Davis Mills, but
Davis Mills has impressed though.
He has. Yes. I think that, he was kind of written off, as this, guy that was going to be a nobody, just kind of a rookie placeholder until the Texans could figure out their quarterback situation. But he's played well, considering the circumstances. So, give me my former team. Give me the Texans in this one.
And
I
Ryan and
will
I were
say-
very high on him out of college.
Yeah, we were. I would have been fine if the Bears had gone a different route and stacked up on players in the first and in second and gotten them in the third. But, Houston is 25th against, the pass and 29th against
Got
the
to keep
rush.
scrolling to find it for the run.
Yeah, 29th against the rush. So, just kind of mapping that out, I feel like it might be more of a lean toward passing because we'll know we can run the ball, but they no doubt hear the chirps and they, we got to get the passing game going. We got to let Justin go. So it'll be an interesting match.
All right, rapid fire to get through these next ones so we can get out of here on time. Jaguars,
Well, we're already
Chargers.
past.
Jaguars,
Chargers.
Chargers in San Diego. Now, if Herbert
You
doesn't
mean-
play, does that change it for anybody?
No,
You mean in
Sorry,
LA?
week to week.
Or sorry, it's in LA. They're not in San Diego anymore. Duh.
Oh,
should be.
Chargers.
right.
Chargers by
Chargers.
bloodbath. Well, depending on how Herbert's health is looking. But
If Herbert doesn't
think-
play,
I think
does
Chargers.
anybody give the Jags a chance?
Yeah, I'll give him a
Who's,
chance.
Who's the Chargers backup? Chase Daniels?
Chase Daniels.
Oh,
What a career.
yeah.
What a
Yeah.
career that man has. You know how much money
Yeah.
he's made?
What if no Herbert, no Allen? That's a good question, Austin.
I don't know. I still
Right
I
now,
don't
it's
trust-
looking like maybe no.
You still run the ball, clock management, and plus you're home. Plus got a good defense. I still like.
Yeah.
And Trevor Lawrence is bound to make interceptions, so you just got to
Good point.
capitalize on him. I like the Chargers.
Yeah, I
Other
still
LA
like the
team.
Chargers.
Rams, Cardinals in Arizona.
I like the Cardinals actually. This one, I do.
Hmm.
I think they're home. LA looks good, bouncing back, but I like the Cardinals, man, to win this in a close game. 30, maybe 23, Arizona.
Real quick, too. They're going to have to pass it, with the Jacksonville game, because Jacksonville is currently ranked third against the rush.
Wow.
Anyways,
Yeah, with that, who's that? I can't believe I'm forgetting the kid's name, but the number 1 overall draft pick,
Aiden Hutchinson? Or no. It was the other guy.
Trayvon Walker.
Trayvon
Yeah.
Walker?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
He's looked really good, I think. And
Mhm.
so is Hutchinson. I think that I was reading something earlier and it said they both look like the generational talent that
Yeah.
they should be.
they're as advertised.
Yeah.
I've got the Rams in that game. I think the Cardinals are better. They kind of got lucky against the Raiders last week. I think it's Rams.
So
Rams
this
too.
weekend is the open beta for Modern Warfare 2. Give me the Rams.
Yeah, give me the Rams.
Two NFL MVPs going against each other. Potentially no wide receivers playing. Packers versus Bucks in Tampa.
This game is going to be terrible. It sucks too because on paper, Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady, you would think this is going to be a must-watch game.
Why wouldn't
but-
you have flexed this to your Sunday night game?
Mhm.
This is a Sunday night game. The
Oh,
premier
right.
matchup.
But it's,
Well, I think it's gonna be
not
boring. It's gonna be a boring game.
It's going to be just a shit show midget hooker fest.
Well, you
It's,
guys like defense, so
Who has the better run game? All right,
Packers win
Fournette
that game.
this
Packers,
year has
Green Bay.
192 yards. The Packers haven't used their running backs as much as it comes down, I think, in this one to better run game, and I like the Packers run game more than the Buccaneers run game.
Yeah. I think
Falcons
that the Packers
Sea Chicken
probably
over there.
have the best 1-2 punch at running back.
Yeah,
I'm going to
I think
take
it's Packers in
Tampa.
that game.
I'm going to take Tampa. Close, maybe 23-20. But I like the Buccaneers defense.
Yeah.
Falcons, Seahawks.
Ew. It's actually the name of one of my fantasy teams.
Dirty
So-
Birds. Dirty Birds. Go ATL. I think ATL's better than people give him credit for. They played LA tough last week. I think ATL squeaks out a win out there.
I am also taking Atlanta.
I'm gonna take Seattle at home.
Oh,
Yeah,
Keith's saying
sit down.
Fournette might
Well-
not even play.
Oh, yeah, so it's Packers. for sure.
Jesus.
Yeah. I don't like saying it with my mouth
Fournette,
and
okay.
using my breath to say it, but I think the Packers win.
I assume the two Seahawks fans are going Seahawks in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Give me the Seahawks in that game. Actually, yeah, I like the Seahawks. I mean, the Falcons
Home
have
game.
surprisingly looked pretty damn good with Marcus Mariota. Well, they've looked better than expected. I won't say that they've looked good, but they've looked better than expected.
Shut up,
is what I'll
Austin.
say. But I don't know. Like I feel like there was some pretty bad, like conservative play calling last week against the Niners, and and part of that, the credit to that defense. You don't want to make too many mistakes on that pretty good 49ers defense. But Atlanta's defense doesn't scare me nearly as much. So
No,
I feel like they could
shouldn't.
probably open up the playbook a little bit more. And you still got DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, Rashad Penny and Kenneth Walker. So
Penny might be a scratch, isn't he? Or isn't he like?
Isn't he always?
Yeah. God.
I mean, so
fucking-
Kenneth
seriously,
Walker.
Yeah. I think and DJ Dallas actually looks really fucking good.
And as does Travis Homer.
Yeah.
Travis Homer, when he's been on the field, I think that Travis Homer is severely underrated because we don't see him very much.
Yeah.
But when he's out there, I'm like, damn, like that dude's got some damn burst, and he
Yeah.
runs violently. He runs a lot like Chris Carson used to run.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just
I like
a thing
that.
where they're just bad at blocking or something. It's like when the guy goes in, it's like, okay, he's gonna run, and so we can't put him in all the time. Because I remember, I forgot who it was. They used to have a running back, same thing. When he was doing an assignment that wasn't running, he just sucked at it. Okay, I think we need to keep going here.
Oh, no, you're good. My contacts are dry. Niners, Broncos, let's ride in Denver. I got Niners. I think Jimmy G makes the
Yeah.
Niners back to what they are.
Yep, I
I'm gonna go Denver. I think
Going
Russell
Denver.
Wilson. Russell Wilson has a good game at home. I think they look sloppy the first two games.
Yeah.
I like the Broncos at home.
What if Pete Carroll was right the whole time?
This one's tough. I mean, like we had talked about on the Tuesday show, I think, and I've heard a lot, on like ESPN and different different platforms that, kind of echoing the comments that I made on Tuesday. Looking back, you look when Tom Brady first joined the Bucs and when Matt Stafford first joined the Rams, it looked pretty rough at first. And plus you have a new coach too, that those other offensive pieces aren't used to. I think that the Broncos will end up being pretty okay this year. Whether or not it's this week against what I consider to be a very, very respectable 49ers defense remains to be seen. I think that this comes down to, I'm curious to see, does anybody have an update on Judy?
Last I saw, he was trending not to play.
Big
That's what
booty
last I
Judy.
saw.
I hate this because I have Russ as my fantasy quarterback. But I'm gonna reluctantly say give me the Niners. But if the Broncos did win, I wouldn't be terribly surprised. I think
He
more
expects
time.
to play.
Oh,
okay.
that changes. Okay.
Yeah, I think more time with Russell. Russell Wilson and those receivers and that offense. He's just going to continue to get better. They're going to continue to develop chemistry that they should have been doing in the preseason. Yeah. You know what? Give me the Broncos. If Judy's playing, give me the Broncos.
Kittle's coming back, by the way. Kittle will be.
Kittle is playing.
Yep,
He
Kittle's
will be
fine.
playing.
I've got him as my fantasy tight end, so
I got him
thank
in
God for that.
2 leagues.
And then last game of the week before we let Danny rip that glorious wax strip off of his chest live. We got the Dallas Football Cowboys in New York playing the Giants.
Cowboys.
I think Cooper Rush falls off the cliff, and I think Giants win that game.
I think Daniel Jones has a Daniel Jones type of game.
He comes back to reality.
He does.
Potential,
Snap
very,
back
very,
to
very potential with that
reality.
defense.
Honestly, they look like the better team. I got to go Giants.
I'm going Giants too.
Yeah, as much as it pains me to say, I'm probably the biggest Cowboys hater on this show. I will shit on the Cowboys and their fans forevermore. But I hate to say it, I think that they stand a pretty good chance to beat the Giants in this one. I'm still not sold on Daniel Jones. I like Brian Dable a lot, but they really don't have any receivers that have been standing out. And Saquon Barkley had a great week 1, not so great week 2. But I think that the Cowboys defense will probably step up for them. And Cooper Rush doesn't have to be otherworldly, just like last week against the Bengals, he was a pretty clean game manager. I think that their defense can easily keep them in this game against Daniel Jones, who I consider to be pretty trash. And
most people do, I think.
Do you think it being a divisional game changes the statistics a little bit?
It could. It
These
very
two
well
teams
could.
play each other tough all the time. Too.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Because if I was already going to give it to the Giants a little bit, but I think the fact that it's a divisional game gives it a little more of an edge on it. It's not, teams that recognize each other pretty well. So,
So Ryan, who's your lock then?
I think that division, first off, is like the toughest division in football when they play each other. Like it always seems like those divisional games in the NFC least are always like good, tough football games. I don't feel like that.
I don't know about good, but tough, maybe.
Well, yeah, but like I don't know. There's a different feel to their rivalries. It feels like every team is a rival with each other. Yeah. Whereas, like,
I don't know, the AFC North kind of feels that way too.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that.
I think this game's going to be a run heavy. It's going to be Zeke versus Saquon, and whoever gets going, I think that's going to be more momentum.
Or rather, Pollard or Saquon.
Yeah. My lock this week is the Rams.
Ooh!
Wow. Call of Duty, baby. Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
All
right.
Okay.
So that's NFL Week 3. Dan, my friend, you've been rubbing them nipples and rubbing that wax on. The floor is yours, Dan.
Everybody be quiet. Right. Dan, get your microphone down.
Well, you probably want to hear it a little bit.
Yeah. I got my
ASMR.
My headphones are turned all the way up right now.
Okay. So we should start with the little guys and then go to the big one last, or just fucking
grip it and rip it, baby.
Do what you want to do.
Oh, fucking shit, dude. Oh, God, it's not even... Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, my God. I feel like you're tearing organs out. Oh, dude, it's so bad. Oh, no.
Oh, Tom, take notes.
This is not as funny as I thought it was going to be.
It's more funny.
Oh no, this is funny.
Shit, dude.
Tom Schroeder, take notes.
Oh, my God. Oh. Guys, make sure you like this video and subscribing.
Kelly Clarkson. Suck a motherfucker.
Oh, look at that. That's good.
I'm crying.
Oh, my God. This is... Oh, God. I thought it was going to be so much funnier than this. Like,
oh, no, dude. This is funny. Thank you.
Oh. All right.
You got it.
Oh, good job. I can't even talk. Good job, Jake. Spirit fingers. Yes, you really won this. Okay,
Jake.
1, 2, 3.
It didn't even do anything.
Oh, guys, don't forget to make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video so your friends get this content. And if you need fantasy football ideas, let us know.
I'm going to be on a podcast on Sunday.
Yes, don't forget Ryan is joining. Ryan is joining the Talkin' Texan podcast on Sunday to preview the games. Make sure you guys tune in for that.
Right there.
That looks fucking glorious, Dan.
Yeah, I'm Batman.
Oh my
God!
Oh my God! Oh no, I'm dead.
That was so much fucking worse than I thought it was going to be.
Oh my
that was dude.
Amazing.
Because I've done like a strip off my leg, and it's like, all right, no big deal. Dude, this felt like I was tearing out my lung. I was like, oh my God, dude.
Well, guys,
Well
we appreciate
done.
you hanging out with us tonight. Make sure you, like I said, share this shit to your friends. Be a friend, tell a friend. Good luck to your fantasy football teams. Make sure Danny will get that Survivor League changed over to public. We'll get that posted. Make sure you guys join us.
Also,
And we will.
real quick. Real quick. If you're watching this any day other than Tuesday night or Friday night, please know that is a recording.
Yes.
We're live Tuesdays and Fridays.
Yes.
Thank you so much to the Talkin' Sports Network for rehosting our podcast in video. But we are not live then.
Dan, my brother Shannon says that he hopes that you get a strong drink lined up after this.
Yeah, might, dude. I can't even talk right now, man.
We should close the show out on just a shot of Dan's chest.
Yeah, go ahead, man. God almighty.
Get up there, Dan, right next to the camera.
All right, there you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Doesn't it look like that? Do I look like the Dark Knight?
You can kind of see it. You can kind of see it. Yeah, definitely. Oh, guys. Oh, my God.
You, my friend, need some sun.
I know.
Good luck this weekend, guys. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Vengeance.
Peace.
Later.